Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and this short update we are going to discuss the situation in Ukraine on the 27th of March of 2023 of the local time, on the morning of the 27th of March. The Russians are saying that yesterday the Ukrainians attacked the territory of Russian Federation using the drone Tu-141 Strizh, and there is an icon of the territory on the Western Sources map above the Tulsk region, this one. As a result of that attack, 3 people were wounded, and the thing is that this is not the first attack that Ukrainians made on the territory of Russian Federation. If you take a look at this map, you're going to see that there are a lot of icons saying that during this special military operation, the Ukrainians were testing the Russian air defense system very often. As you can see, the Ukrainians using the same type of drones were attacking the south of Ukraine, Crimea, Kherson, Zaporozhye area. Furthermore, the Ukrainians were attacking Russian territory in the direction of Caucasus. And furthermore, as you can see, the Russians were attacking also the central part of Russia, moving in direction of Moscow. The Russian sources are saying that since the beginning of the special operation, the Ukrainians this way used around 29 drones. If we try to calculate the entire number of Ukrainian drones, they have, since the beginning of production of this type of drones, and this is old Soviet type of drone that were produced in the previous century, the Ukrainians managed to create around 152 units, and as we understand, according to calculation, they have already used around 29, and some sources are saying that they still have up to 100 drones. And this is a very interesting situation because, as you can see, the Ukrainians haven't managed to deal a lot of damage since the beginning of special operation, but they use this type of drones regularly. The thing is that Ukrainians are trying to test and to find a weak place in Russian air defense system, and we understand that this is something that Ukrainians are trying to do before the greatest drone attack. We know that since the beginning of special military operation, the Ukrainians, the Western countries, sent a lot of types of drones to the Ukrainians, and I believe that they're going to use them, and we're going to see this massive drones attack this upcoming spring. Furthermore, don't forget that during the previous days, the Russians managed to shut down another drone from the Ukrainian side that were connected to the Starlink block, and maybe that was one of the reasons why the Starlink company took a decision to reduce the services of the Starlink system above the territory of Russian Federation. And so this is the situation about drones, and the Russians are saying that as a result that they were using their new jamming system Polya-21 to shut down the drone Tu-141 that were attacking the territory of Russian Federation. And that's it about the drones. Now let's discuss another situation, and let's move to Bakhmut. The Institute of Study of War reported that during the next week, the Russians, there is a very high chances that the Russians are going to make some kind of rotation process. And during the previous weekend, the head of Wagner's Prigozhin reported that now they have stopped, and he told us that the flanks of Wagnerians are under protection of Russian army. So we can say that the towns like Solidar, Krasnaya Gora, Zaleznyanskaya, maybe, and Sakovantseti on the north, and when talking about the south, the Kurdyumovka and maybe Zaitsevo, Gorlovka is already under protection of Russian forces, Russian military main army. And that means, and the Institute of Study of War reported that maybe during this week, the Russians are going to make some kind of exchange process. They will send Wagnerians from Bakhmut in direction of Avdiivka, and the Russian entire army, Russian forces will take the Wagnerians' position inside Bakhmut. If we take a look at this map, we know that by this morning, the Wagnerians controls the Bakhmut along this line, and as you can see, Wagnerians have already stopped on the line of wide streets, Shirokaya and Mariupolsk. These are wide streets, and it's very difficult for them to cross these streets. It's the perfect sniper position. Furthermore, Wagnerians are pushing from the north, and I believe that maybe the Russian forces will give them a chance to complete clearing operation of the central part, and after that, as soon as the Ukrainians send their forces back, the Wagnerians will be resent or redeployed from Bakhmut to Avdiivka to complete the encirclement process of Avdiivka. Meanwhile, the Russians will try to hold Bakhmut and vicinity of Bakhmut during the greatest Ukrainian unblocking operation. So this is the possible thing that the Russian commanders are going to do this week, according to the Institute of Study of War. And that's it for this short update. Military Summer channel reminds to condemn any violence in Ukraine. Thank you for your watching. Subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.